Young! Okay, all the wrestlers are staring at me as I did that right now, so let me live out my dreams and fantasies. We are here live at Dual Destinies, the aftermath, and check it out. Big Dave.
What do you want?
We're just, doing the podcast here, letting everybody know what an incredible event it was. And congratulations on your match, by the way. How did you feel about that match with Ban? Teaming with, your protege.
How do I feel?
Yeah.
You not watch the show?
Oh, of course. I watched the show, but
I was smiling from ear to ear.
Oh, okay, yes, that.
Do you not see that smile? Do you not see the teeth? Do you want to see it up close? Okay, you can see up close. I got nice breath. Tell them I got nice breath.
Brilliant breath. You took a mint just now.
Tell them I look handsome.
He looks handsome. His breath smells like roses and lilies and lavender.
That's my man.
Look at it. See that pride, the pride on his face. That's the pride he had for Ban. So you know what they say in the world of Star Wars, right? I know I'm getting a bit nerdy here, but the dark side, there's always two, right? There's the Sith Lord and the apprentice. How has your apprentice been?
It's funny you should mention it, right? You see, anything can happen when two people come together and work together.
Yes.
And aim for the win, aim for victory. And when that happens, you know what happens? What do we get?
What do we get?
Unlimited power.
Nerd. So yeah, there's Big Dave and Ban coming away with the win today. And of course, we're going to run through the entire card that happened on night one right now. Stick around. It's Mr. Young, by the way. Foreign, my bro, my tag team partner, he'll be here for night two. We'll tag him in with the magic of editing in just a little while. But okay, come, let's go through the card that we saw here today. We kicked off the night with Aussie, oi, 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 versus Miles, Karu, and Blazing Raj from MyPW. And it was a hot start to the evening. My goodness. I love, by the way, now that Sean is doing this whole hey, I'm going to use you, YC, to get ahead any way I can. And they really played it out in the ring. Even from when they were coming out in the entrance where you could see, these little things. I appreciate the subtleties in wrestling, the facials, as it were, right? Sean sort of cutting in front of YC. Like every little subtle thing he was doing that was, visible enough to all of us here to see, right? To quote-unquote undermine. Yes, they are a team, but it's very clear that Sean sort of is the limelight hogger. And during the match itself, in the course of the match, you had so many really fun spots. You had Sean using YC as a projectile to throw into the opponents, right? Kind of unwillingly as well. So they did pick up the win over Miles and Raj. So it was a fun match. Great way to start the night. Yo, what's up? We are here with Miles, Karu from MyPW. Welcome back to GrappleMax.
Thank you so much.
Not exactly a happy memory from tonight, though. Unfortunately, in the tag team tournament, you're out with your partner, Baliyan Raj. This is the first time you're tagging with him, right?
Yes, that's true. Technically, at our last show in Causeway Jam KL, where we took on the team of Team GrappleMax, I had a bit of time to be in the ring with Raj and team with him, but it wasn't as much, and we're not really competent tag partners in a sense. So this was very much something where we were kind of thrown into the fire and had to figure things out.
So it's all on him, is what you're saying?
Maybe.
So okay, if you had the call, if you could book your dream partner to take on this tournament, who would you have chosen?
Obviously, I've been tagging with Wonderboy for ages now. He's my go-to tag partner, and we've had good chemistry for a while now. So if I really had all things my way, I would have gone into this tournament with him. But sometimes things are not meant to be. But the future is looking strong. Maybe one day we'll come back to GrappleMax with Wonderboy.
Hey, you never know. Whoever gets crowned the inaugural GrappleMax Tag Team Champions, you guys could have a shot somehow. It's pro wrestling. Anything can happen, right?
Hey, the Juicy Boys are always looking to return back to Singapore, and maybe we'll take some tag gold as well, eh?
Nice. You want to call out anybody right now while we are here on the podcast?
Anybody who's tag team champions in Singapore. Don't matter who you are.
Next up, Midlife Goals. I still like the name Gout better, by the way, but don't tell them. Versus Showtime Inc. Midlife Goals. They picked up the victory. Joseph, yes, picked up a victory over Kelvin. Now, Prabhu was supposed to have been in this match, but I do believe he's injured. So the intern, Kelvin, took his place. I see a lot of potential in Showtime Inc. I've said this before on the podcast many times, right? It seems like each time I see this Kelvin, he improves a little bit more with his cockiness because he's a heel, right? He's going up to the ropes, he's showing off, he's making use of the abs, you know what I'm saying? The six-pack abs. As Shawnrick walks by, he doesn't seem too impressed with the abs. Sean, you want to come in? Come here. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Shawnrick, the voice. By the way, do you realize this is the forbidden door?
Yes.
Because
That's
my guy over here, Shawnrick, Kiss 92, Miss Young, Power 98. Hey, pro wrestling brings people together.
Really do. When the airwaves collide, when worlds collide in this case.
Yes.
Yes. What were we talking about?
We're talking about Kelvin's abs. I am obsessed with Kelvin's abs.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, look at the man. Look at the kid.
All right, because it's your birthday, right? I get abs for you. I buy that plank machine.
Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. Oh, but then I have to put in hard work. I don't know about that.
Well, okay, Kelvin got the age on him. I hear you. I look at him, I'm jealous too. I got more abs on my phone.
Right. But okay. So, I mean, I know you're supposed to be impartial because you're the announcer guy,
we're
right?
The announcer, yeah.
But what did you think of that match? Midlife Goal, Showtime Inc., you know? Why you laugh? Why?
I like how you started with it's supposed to be impartial.
But who do you think is better?
But really, like legit, because I do commentary during the match, right? So I announce the match, then run back to the commentary table and just go, I want to tell you this is going to be the best match tonight because my broadcast partner is in this match. I want to see him become a tag team champion because Joseph is an MLG, right? But that was honestly a very, very fun match. Like watching the Falcon Arrow out of nowhere and him carrying Joseph. And then my favorite part of that match is when D grabbed Joseph and just just whacked the head straight into the gut.
And we are here with one half of the team that moves on to the next round, the semi-finals of Dual Destinies. D, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, Mr. Young.
Hey, this is your debut on the podcast as well, bro.
Actually, I haven't been on your podcast at all.
Exactly. Okay, we need to change that. But you know, since you're here right now, incredible event here tonight. What did you think about the match that you had?
I think it was a pretty okay match because Showtime Inc. I have not versus them before. I think.
Oh, is it?
I've not went against. I didn't go against them before. Joseph has.
Yep.
So I guess he knew somewhat how to deal with them, and mine was just like, it's like slapping two kids and whipping them in there.
I was about to bring that up because did it feel a little bit like you had to discipline these two bratty childs?
Yep. So it felt like that way, lah. Yeah. Like you just get your shit together and then after that win the match and.
Yeah. What do you think of Julian and Kelvin? Because okay, despite their naughtiness, right? Do you see a lot of potential in them? Because I do.
Julian Julian itself is a very expressive, very emotive kind of wrestler as well. And I see him really knowing his craft, and as I think when he learns a little bit more towards the future, I think he will want beyond the top players. Right. Kelvin, that guy is
the abs.
If he really plays it right, he'll be Lady Killer 2.0.
Oh,
he can really be as charismatic as Dennis. Or LK, whoever, or however you want to call it.
But bro is already milking the abs. He's coming out here, he's showing them off, he's blowing kisses to the crowd and all that.
Yeah. So I think Kelvin, just amp it up a little bit more. Probably somewhere in the future, confirm, get all the hearts of all the girls in the crowd.
The whole show, in this entire show, I think what really stood out to me was I really enjoyed Best Bros match.
Oh, really okay.
Like,
is it the first time you've seen them in action here?
Live in action as a team. I have never seen the Dolphin Splash happen live, right? Because we've seen it online. We've seen it on Twitter and all that. Sorry, X. And we've seen it. And how many of you right now, if you go online and see the video, you backtrack, you scrub it back and go, how the hell did he do that? Because I did that.
Dude, that is some acrobatic, incredible stuff. I almost swore right there. It was so good. Funny that you brought that up because that's the next match we're going to talk about. It's almost as if you're like a professional at this.
Oh no!
That segue was beautiful, was it not?
What happens when you put two DJs together?
I know, right? We're just flowing, just like how May and
Baliyan
Akki, yes, how they flowed together in such beautiful harmony. Unfortunately, against Ships Ahoy, who are just right over there, so I don't want to, speak too loudly.
To the mic, it's fine. Yeah, they cannot hear. They cannot hear.
I mean, okay. So here's the thing, right? Yes. I thought because Ships Ahoy, Sarah and Christian, they've been they heard us.
Turn around.
They've been together a while.
Yes.
But Best Bros have been together a long time. Longer.
It really helps too. your name starts with best.
Oh.
No matter what happens,
Yes, true.
you are still the best.
I mean, all jokes aside, though, you can tell by the way they do what they
chemistry.
do. The chemistry's off the charts, bro.
And not forgetting, Baliyan Akki is a person who left India on that pilgrimage for pro wrestling to the birthplace of Puroresu in Japan.
Japan, yes.
Went under the tutelage of Emi Sakura.
Yeah.
Got to learn everything, and I think ever since then, it's been what, 7-8 years?
Right.
How much EXP can you get from that? And you soak that, and then you apply it to every single place you go. Just last night, we had a workshop with Best Bros. I cannot walk. And I'm not even in the main workshop. I'm just over there going along with the workout, and then this morning I woke up, I went, why? Why?
But hey, you're still here. You're doing great. You know, the voice of GrappleMax.
Yeah, at least I'm the voice of GrappleMax. I'm not the legs of GrappleMax. I cannot.
Okay, talking about May, right?
Yes.
Is she not the most adorable heel you've ever seen?
Cute.
I mean, the emotion, the. I hate saying this because it sounds weird, but the sounds she makes.
No. The best part is one of the. If you watch it when we have it on the YouTube channel, watch how she surprises people.
Yeah.
No joke. Whole body, ha, like that.
Yeah. No,
And it caught me off guard too. I was sitting there. I was like, whoa.
no, but that's what pro wrestling is. It's a physical performance,
It
right?
is.
And she brings it to a very high level together with her partner. And then, of course, you talk about that finish, that Dolphin Splash.
Yes. And also in that world of competition, which is what the tournament is,
Yep.
we're seeing tag team compete with tag team.
Yes.
Who is the better tag team? We are now in the semifinals, right? We've already seen, like you said earlier, we saw Midlife Goals.
Yes.
And then now with Best Bros.
Yes.
These are only 2 teams in what was tonight 6 teams.
It was. So we have Aussie. We talked about them going through sort of, I mean, you saw how it went down, right?
Yeah.
YC was there, but he was kind of.
He was there, but not there.
Yeah, he was a projectile.
Yeah, the finish was there, but not there, and they still got the win.
Right.
It's a lot of yes-anding, and we got to see a side of Sean in very in-your-face. The entire time YC was getting his butt kicked, he was out there working the crowd.
Do you like this new side of Sean? I know you're not supposed to, take a side here, but some people have said like, he's a bit of a dude now, but it's kind of working, is it not?
It is working, because to the point, the crowd just started shouting toxic.
Oh.
So will we see toxic Sean in this Aussie?
It's weird. We have 2 very different types of toxic relationships in the tag team tournament. You got Sean and YC. You got is Dave and Broken Back. Okay, no, he's not. Yeah, okay, no, he's here to protect me. Okay, because we had Dave earlier just now.
Yeah.
So but Ban seems to have completely adopted, embraced the dark side.
Yes.
We talked about it earlier.
So we've seen the journey that Ban has gone through. Nice guy, got the strength, got the power, really learning and being a student of the game. In this case, the game is provided by Big Dave. Big Dave is no longer the gold standard. I just got word. Because he's now and I will do this right on camera, the Brain Buster! Big Dave. It is that long.
Okay. Brainbuster, that's like his full name.
Brainbuster, Big Dave.
Okay, that's his full official name now. Yeah.
Taking that, it is not just the name of a move. Why is it the Brainbuster? We've heard it from Smart Dave, the Big Dave. The Brainbuster, really damaging minds. Maybe he's brought a little bit of that element. Changing the mindset of what Ban was to what he is now. Embracing, carrying that chair. I took a look at that chair and I tested it. I was like, ooh, not fun.
There was a chair involved. There were 2 chairs involved. One to distract the referee, unfortunately, and the other one to be used as
as intended.
Yeah. Well, if you were broken bad,
you're a pro wrestler. Yes.
Yeah. Inglorious, they took the L. Unfortunately, I want to see what is next. I mean, we know what is next. And Foreign will give us the fallout from night 2 a little bit later on in the video through the magic of editing, because Foreign will be here. Not yet, bro. Don't steal my gimmick, bro. I wanted to do the snap.
Oh, sorry. Oh!
Wow, bro. Okay,
Sorry, no step.
I will do a different thing later. Okay, maybe I'll clap or something like that. Let's talk about that
Bump
main.
on the floor.
What on the floor?
No, bump on the floor.
Bump on the floor. No, not on this concrete floor, bro. I can't even take a spear. Anyway, let's talk about SPD. That one like throwback. If you know, you know. Okay, SPD,
Yes.
Hot Shot, two crowd favorites, which was always going to be a big question mark going
Yes.
into a match like that, right? Like who is the crowd going to be behind? We had SPD chance for a while. The Hot Shot chance did come after a while. You know, Hot Shot always has that sort of like babyface in peril
Yeah, yeah.
vibe,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And by the end of it, we were sort of like 50-50 with it.
So it's very interesting. It's kind of like you know when you pan audio left and right?
Yes.
It kind of goes this side and there's
Yeah.
a lot more sound coming here and then it pans to
Yeah,
this side.
yeah, yeah.
And it was a roller coaster ride. From the start of the show, not of the match, I asked, just ask the crowd, who are you here to see?
Right.
I didn't even get to say the sound in SPD.
Right.
People, SPD! One person said SPD. The
Yeah, yeah.
entire crowd just erupted.
Okay, do you find it kind of amazing, right? Because SPD, I'm going to talk to SPD in just a little while through the magic of editing. And we are here with SPD coming off an incredible main event. Congratulations on the main event. Not quite the outcome that you expected, was it?
No, but I think it's just not my time lah. Wilson Hotshot was better tonight, but who knows? Next time, I might be the one that is going home with the title.
Okay, so do you think, right? Because I mean, it was only just a couple of weeks ago. It feels like where you were running with the crew, with Showtime, and you had the backup, and you had your buddies, quote unquote. You thought they were buddies, of course, they turned out not to be, right? Do you think that it's going to take time to sort of adapt to this solo life right now?
100%. I think you can see from like the way that I do the match and everything. I'm not used to not having backup. The wound is still deep, so it'll be a while until I trust someone again. But for now, I'm just gotta work on my solo run.
So what is the next step? What is the immediate next goal? To get back to the #1 contendership? Or are you targeting something else? Or is it just too fresh, this wound right now?
Immediate, I'll go home and sleep. I'm so tired.
But beyond that,
Okay.
in the next week,
Okay. I don't think there might be any opportunities, for the championship anytime soon. But every chance I get, start racking up the wins, and maybe someday, it'll be my time again.
well, I mean, it's the pro wrestling business. You never know, right? Opportunity could come in an instant. SPD, incredible match tonight. Thank you so very much. SPD, just a couple of weeks, maybe months ago, he was hanging around with the crew. Showtime Inc.
Showtime Inc.
He was kind of a dick.
Yes,
Let's be
Showtime
real.
Inc.
Let's
Yes.
just be honest, right?
Yes.
And now he is this completely changed individual. He comes in full intensity on his face. His face did not break once. Like you could tell, like
It
he
was
was here.
focus.
Yeah, it was absolute 100% focus, but he didn't get it done.
Yeah, now, the champ is a champ for a reason. When you get to the level of being a champion, there are these little opportunities, and we saw Hotshot take that opportunity.
Yep.
Land in the kill shot just like that.
Yep.
Right? Don't take away the intensity of SPD. I saw SPD behind a curtain.
Yep.
People, when they get ready for their matches, some be like, okay, they pump up and
Yeah.
all that. SPD was sitting by the corner just focusing.
Whole face,
Just focusing.
focus,
And
yeah.
we saw that action here tonight.
Yeah.
When SPD was in there, he brought it straight up to Hotshot. When the trading blows happen, I know you're not a big fan of that, okay? But what I did see in each blow that was traded was the intensity and emotion behind it.
Right.
Plus the fatigue throughout the match. And that is something that you cannot deny that was built up from the get-go. SPD came in with a mission.
Yeah.
Hotshot's mission was to make sure nobody comes close.
Yeah.
And we saw that exchange here today. And the cause of that exchange, the entire crowd was along for the ride, and that's what the story is that we're having.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that they started it. I wouldn't say slow, but at a slower pace.
Yes.
They didn't go 1,000 miles
Yeah.
to start things off, and they built it, and they built it, and they built it. They got people into the action,
so
right?
Did you see that there was a little bit of like, feeling out
Yeah,
process,
yes,
get
yes.
into it? Because I'm pretty sure they've seen their stuff,
Of course.
each other's tape. Okay, I know you this move, you know
Yeah.
that move.
Yeah.
But the feeling out process really going into it, wow, that was quite a nice move.
All that said, you know I've watched wrestling my whole life. I'm a
Yes.
fan, right? Something about two guys just shaking hands. I don't know. Did it feel like something was missing? Did it feel like maybe SPD needs to find a little bit of that edge, yeah, you know, that he used to have that brought him success. Maybe was he missing some of it because he's now, you know, like completely too nice now.
I cannot answer for that.
Trying to do things
I'm
right.
Not SPD, but I will say I do understand what you're saying. You want to catch that ruthlessness. You want to, like you said, that little edge.
Yeah.
And he's definitely got that from Showtime.
Yeah. We've seen it before.
And but to be fair, also we've seen it from Hotshot, who has that from Inglorious.
Yes.
So even if he does have that, it's not like Hotshot's going to miss from that too.
Right.
So either way, it's a very interesting 50-50. Would we see this again? I don't know. Maybe down the road we could get SPD Hotshot 2. I'm not sure.
I would love to see that.
All right,
Yeah.
there you go. But for tonight, champ is champ.
There you go. Shawnrick, thank you so much.
Oh, man.
Like, legit, we did not plan this. He just was there. He looked at me. I brought him in, and we started doing this, and bing, bang, 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 boom.
Because he said abs. Okay, bye.
There you go. That's Dual Destinies Night 1. Foreign is going to be in the building for Night 2. Let's send it over to him right now.
What's up, guys? It's for in the building, Night 2, Dual Destinies. I want to shout out to Young for tagging me in. Thanks for repping Night 1. So it's been an awesome night. There was a lot of great matches. First time wrestlers that I saw live this week. Or actually first time that they actually performed in Singapore. And we're gonna go through every single one of them. But first and foremost, right, we gotta like take a vibe of the atmosphere. I want to show you guys. This is like right after the end of the show, GrappleMax Dual Destinies, and there's so much to talk about, right? We're gonna do a live review. But first and foremost, right, I gotta pull out a dear friend, somebody who called it right down the middle, right? Sir, Referee Sufiyan, how are you? Hey, Waalaikumsalam. How are you, brother?
MashaAllah, I'm good.
Okay.
Just losing my voice, shouting at all the wrestlers.
Yeah, man.
Trying to control everything. Wrestlers are really tough to control, but I love refereeing.
First of all, how are you, man? You've been working 2 days, bro. This is OT, bro. Night 1, night 2, you're working all night long. How's your counting hand feeling?
Counting is good, but my voice, I'm losing my voice.
Awesome. Okay, before we're gonna talk about the review and talk about the matches today, right? Who impressed you the most from the 2 nights, man? Who was like the most memorable match that you refereed?
Memorable one would be actually May Suruga and Baliyan Akki's match.
Yeah.
The amount of chemistry they have, the amount of what's this crowd interaction they have is, if you don't know them at the first, if you don't know them first time, you see like, wow, what a big thing. I mean, I'm trying to control my.
Okay, no problem. It's very impressive, man. I really appreciate you finding the time. Quick shout out to all our listeners, right? How long have you been actually refereeing for GrappleMax? Because it feels like you're a veteran, bro. Seeing you from the beginning.
Let me see. My journey came up, I think, like 1 to 2 years of trying to wrestle, but somehow, some way, I've gone through the referee journey, which I love more actually. So from there on, I think I can say like, wow, we are 2000. In the ring 8 years.
Wow.
8 years. I feel old, sir.
Nice.
8 years.
Referee OG, I would say.
I do have my shout out to all the referees. Sodiq, my first one, I saw Night Fest 2014 or 15, I forget actually,
Nice.
15 or 16. Then Hassan, Ryan, all these referees, you're not being put aside. I recognize you guys, do what you love, right? Keep up the good refereeing work, man.
Alright.
Including myself, yeah.
Also, okay. Last question before I give you your time back, right? I know it's very hard to referee sometimes, trying to control a lot of chaos, right? In the main event, right, the tag team, they fight very, very long on the floor, bro. Were you actually enforcing the 10 count?
Alright, okay. First, looking at the situation, it depends. Leniency or whether I'm strict, it really depends on the referee. If I really want to go 10 count, all the way 10 count. If I look at the situation, I see 1, 2, this one is not going anywhere, so I'll be straightforward. 1, 2, I don't think it's going anywhere. I hit in, go with the flow.
I see. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming.
I
of course you're coming. You're the one that's doing the referee. What the hell am I talking about? Cheers, bro. Yeah, give your time back. Alright. Awesome. Okay, Ken. So we're going to talk about the matches in night 2, right? But I don't want to talk about the matches alone, right? I want to involve the people here today. So I want to introduce you to someone, a long time Patreon, or actually a new Patreon member. but he's been a long-time listener to the podcast. He's a great supporter of our show, and he's a bit of a DJ himself, right? DJ Jeffy G. Woo, 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 woo. What's up, my brother? How are you?
Hey, hello.
Bro, don't stress out. I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions about tonight. Okay, first match, bro. Aussie versus Midlife Goals. Be honest now. Who were you actually supporting, bro?
To be honest, I'm also an old man, so you know my answer already.
Yes. Okay. So basically, it's like a more like an age thing, lah.
No, I won't say it's an age thing, but more towards like the wholesomeness.
Yes.
Both of them are wholesome. It's just that due to the recent change of behavior by Sean, it is starting to make me feel that nope, it's no longer wholesome at all.
I see.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, D and Joseph, they represent quite a few people of their age group.
I see.
Proving to the younger ones that, hey, don't look down on old people, man.
All good. Okay. One question, right? Let's talk about you as like a wrestling fan, right? What is your era of wrestling fandom? Like, who was your guy growing up? Who was your childhood hero?
Wow. I think this question will bring quite a lot of agreement to quite a lot of people in my time.
Okay, sure.
So, Mark Calloway, Undertaker.
Wow.
But of course, when I first started watching wrestling, it was Macho King, not Macho Man.
93, yeah? That was a good year.
Yes, of course, it's a good year. So the feud he has with, I think it was Hogan, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so the feud, and then from there, and when Ultimate Warrior appeared, that's when I switched allegiance from the Macho King Randy Savage camp to Ultimate Warrior, the Warriors.
Awesome. Okay, just like how, the mega powers collided, right?
Yes.
Or imploded or exploded, right, with Hogan and Warrior. Do you feel we might be seeing a bit of mega powers exploding with Aussie?
Whoa. I don't know. After today's match, it seems like that particular slap that YC gave to Sean was like a wake-up call.
I see.
Yep.
So for those who are not aware, what happened was like Sean was actually wrestling the whole match. He almost refused to get YC into the ring, and YC almost had to force himself into the match to be part of it. And I think that caused a bit of a dissension. But despite that, they somehow managed to pull it through and get the victory. Are you surprised by that?
I'm not that surprised. There was a lot of pent-up emotions by YC leading to tonight's match when he gave that slap. There's a lot of pent-up emotions and frustrations in him. I mean, if you guys watch the promo cuts by them the last two times, and the recent one, which is for Dual Destiny, you can see that YC is like, I see. It's like, you push my buttons too much. Hey, I'm going to give you a wake-up call.
Nice. And of course, your allegiance with the midlife goals or GAL, apparently, that some fans call them, right? Do you feel that they have legs as a tag team? Do you think they can make a big impact in GrappleMax, despite the loss?
I would say that they might, but it's still too early at this point in time. They have only 3 matches, if I'm not wrong, as a team. So with the loss that they had today, unfortunately, we got to see how things go. Yeah, but maybe the next round when they have a match, they'll bounce back. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. So there you go.
Keep a lookout for them, man.
All right. So from the first match, we know that Aussie has qualified. They won in the semi-finals. They're going to the finals of the GrappleMax Tag Team Tournament. Okay. So we're gonna leave you to all the DJing.
No worries, bro.
Shout out, man.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Okay, cool. All right. For match 2, right, we had Divya making her GrappleMax debut against our lovely Ming Ray. And who better to talk about Divya's debut than Div herself?
Yes.
Great debut, by the way.
Guys, can we clarify this once and for all? I am Div, but not Divya. Now that there's an actual Divya, we need to stop calling me Divya.
Is that why they call you Umarani on
That's
your...
my real name.
I know that's your real name, but we always know you by Divya.
Yeah. No, Div.
Div. Okay, fine.
Div, not Divya.
Okay, so just to be clear, our listeners, Div is this one, and Divya is the one that just made her debut, okay? And also, shout out to Lion City Wrestling Cult, Nina herself, what up?
Hey, thanks for having me here.
Awesome. Okay, let's just cut right to the chase. Your thoughts on Divya's debut?
I mean, I've seen her matches online before this, so when seeing in person, awesome. Yeah, she met all the expectations, and sucks that she beat Mingray, but yeah, it was great to see her.
I mean, honestly, like, I googled the matches of her as well, and like where she comes from CWE, the women there are built different, and yeah, I think Divya has shown exactly how tough she can be. We have seen her how fierce she can be as a referee, and everything that she has promised has like come true in this match because she was absolutely killing it. She's so mean, and she's so beautiful and gorgeous, and her hair is amazing, and I got super intimidated. I was like, oh no, she's so pretty, she's too pretty.
Awesome. I watched Inside Out too. Now I understand anxiety when I see how people react to certain situations. Do you think there was a bit of anxiety there in Mingray when she was actually in the ring with such a veteran like her, Divya?
Yeah, I mean, okay, I've not watched Inside Out too, so please.
You guys should watch it, it's really, really good.
I really need to watch it. But yeah, no, I think Mingray has shown how much she has grown because of how confident she was in this match. Like, you would think that, she's like intimidated and she's, a bit like holding back, but she was not holding back at all, I feel, in this match. So I think it shows how far Mingray has gone, and you can see like the three girls taking photos over there. The women's division in GrappleMax is amazing, and you can see how much they are, how strong they are now. And like Mingray was super strong today as well. She's like slamming Divya everywhere, like, yeah, so she's done really well.
Did you feel like Mingray wrestling, Divya brought out like a new side of aggression to her, unlock a new level that she didn't even know she had?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, we know her as the Lion, but he hasn't really come out until today. And the crowd was absolutely behind her, so I think that really gave her that push also to face Divya.
So last question for both of you guys, right? I think you guys will be best placed to give your thoughts on this, right? Do you think GrappleMax is ready for women's title belt?
I think we probably need a few more women, just like a few more. But I would love to see the women carry a belt. But you know what? The women don't need a belt of their own. They can always just go for the men's belt. So, if we have an all-female tag champions.
I mean, it's open weight championship, right?
Yeah.
Means it's all fall, right?
Open weight is like, every weight. So, Divya, awesome. Divya's coming after you next, Hotshot.
Yeah. But by the way, speaking of Divya is literally right at the back. Can I trouble you for a quick interview? You guys want to join? Can you come join us here? So she just made her GrappleMax debut today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very excited. The love and even a hate. That is not a hate. That is like more love for me that I'm receiving from Singapore. I love you, Singapore. Really, I love you.
Awesome. Okay, for those who didn't know about you, right? Tell us about your journey from CWE and how actually you ended up here in Singapore.
Okay, so I am a former CWE Divas champion, a 5-time Divas champion. I'm very famous in intergender wrestling. If you're gonna find my matches in a YouTube, you will always see Divya versus man. Oh, Divya Ali versus man. Or yeah, some of the name I got there, like Chini Alia versus the man. So you're gonna see a lot of matches of mine on the YouTube. So it's been more than 500 matches that I have done in India with a lot of female wrestlers, male wrestlers, even international wrestlers. But then I decided like I need to move on. And the best place I got is Singapore because I came here to study. So, Singapore, you're gonna see me wrestling at least for 1 year, yes?
Awesome. Last question, if I don't want to take up a bit of your time, right? We've seen you, emphatically defeat Mingray, great impact. What do you want to achieve by the end of this 1 year in Singapore, at least?
I want to achieve, well, there are a lots of belts here in GrappleMax. So, why not it should be me versus Hotshot? Why not? It can be, maybe I will bring my tag team partner, maybe my boyfriend JT, or maybe I will find someone else and challenge whoever win the tag team championship. We can challenge. And soon, I really want to do a more international debut, so I'm really excited.
Awesome. You got two awesome potential managers here who are big fans of you. And yeah, I can't wait to see Divya wrestle more in GrappleMax. Thank you so much. Cheers. Alright, okay, talking about the third match, we got a bit of some international wrestlers making their international debut. Can you guys introduce yourself?
What's up? My name is Logan Alores and he's Johan Alores and we are the Yolo Twins.
Awesome. Okay, when it comes to twins in wrestling, we've seen a lot of divas, we've seen a lot of female wrestlers, but first time I've seen twin guy wrestlers. I think it's pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, it is. I can't think of anyone else.
The Usos.
Ah, screw them. They're not the legit ones. You guys are the real.
All right. They're identical.
Okay, fine. But you guys don't look,
well, we get it. We are, we are identical twins, and it's not very common to see. However, the funny thing is, you go through like the Southeast Asian wrestling scene. You go to Hong Kong. Surprisingly, they have twins there as well. You know, the Man Bros. You go to Vietnam Pro Wrestling. Actually, there's a Vietnamese wrestler here. His name is Sid. But like, you go to Vietnamese Pro Wrestling. There's another twin wrestlers. What's their names? They're called Venom Shank. Yeah. So for some reason, and then in the Philippines they have us. So for some reason, there's like a good amount of like twin tag team wrestlers just in the Southeast Asian scene.
Yeah. Outside of Southeast Asia, you got guys like the Voros twins. I don't know if you know I said outside of Southeast Asia. You know, like those guys, the Da Vinci twins. That's them. Apparently, they're wrestlers, which surprised the heck out of me.
So I think Singapore should get one somehow.
Yeah, they should genetically engineer their own twins, and let's fight. Let's fight.
Yeah. Twins versus United, that would be really awesome. Okay. The first thing that caught my eye about your entrance was you guys had this awesome flag. Can you guys show it to us? Oh, perfect. This will probably set off a few online commenters. So yes, Filipinos built Singapore. There is actually some grain of truth in that. So I'm not gonna dispute that. But how do you guys come up with this?
So we were in town, Singapore. We're just looking around, and we're like, we go to like a convenience store, we go to like a grocery store, and then we say, well, I'm surprised that the cashier is Pinoy.
Yeah, I went to a 7-Eleven, and then the cashier was Pinoy. He was Filipino. And then he told me that he worked so hard in Singapore, and I'm like, oh man, you know what? You're the real heroes of Singapore.
Yeah, and that's the time when we realized, you know what? This place has a lot of Pinoys, there's a lot of Filipinos here. We said, the Filipinos built this place.
Filipinos built Singapore. Singapore sucks.
And the funny thing is, we show this sign to Singaporeans, and they say, you know what? We respect it. It's kind of true.
Yeah, no, we were like, hey, I thought you guys would hate this. They're like, no, it's true. And I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah, man. All right. I ain't gonna dispute that, man. Forrest speaks facts, okay? Another fact I wanted to know is, is this your first time wrestling Inglorious?
Hold on, are you Singaporean?
Yeah, I am.
You're one of the good ones. He's one of the good ones. Anyways, you know who isn't one of the good ones? Inglorious.
Yep.
That is the first time we have ever locked up with Inglorious. Inglorious, those guys, they're pretty dangerous. They're pretty strong tag team. Obviously, they won against us earlier today. So I have to give my respects to them, especially with N-Boss Gregory, their champion, Hot Shot, and Remus. Remus took a lot of things today. He was great. He got power bombed outside of the ring. Crazy.
They're great. I give them their respect, but next time they won't be so lucky.
Awesome. And one other thing, right? Your partnership with JT from CWE, right? Talk to us about like that chemistry that you guys had in the ring today. How do you guys feel wrestling with him as well?
JT is a very strong individual. He is built like a lion, moves like a cheetah. This guy was he has such a mental, the mental focus in pro wrestling, the concentration. He actually doesn't talk much, so we didn't really talk much either. But while we were in that ring, we had that connection for sure. For sure.
Yeah, and he's, it's just a lot of concentration from him. And when we get in that ring, I feel like at one point, we just kind of needed to chill because he's so big and strong that he can like kind of do like part of the work for us. So like with that regard, he's such a good athlete that any promotion would be good to have him.
That's right. They call him the powerhouse of India for a reason.
I know you guys didn't get the win, but you guys definitely made an impact and impressed a lot of us. For those who want to know more about you, can you tell us one quick thing? What is your finisher and who was your wrestling influences, especially as a twin?
So we'll start off with one of our wrestling influences. It is the Hardy Boys. I love the Hardy Boys. Jeff Hardy's my favorite wrestler. They're like the first really brother tag teams that we watched that really set us up. Another one would be the Young Bucks.
I love the Young Bucks. When we got older, we started to watch more of their stuff, and then we realized, wow, their story is really nice. They come from like, very humble beginning. So watching that really inspired us to take that route. And as for our finisher, well, one of the moves that we do. This isn't necessarily like our finisher move, but it's more of like our signature move. It can get the job done when it needs to be. It's called the. All right, this one is called the Ice and Fire Kick. Can you zoom in on that name right there? Ice and Fire Kick. So what happens here is that I, Johan, would land right here in between the opponent so that they can't get out of the corner, they can't move. And then my twin brother over here, Logan, would deliver this vicious, almost enziguri-like kick. And I will absolutely knock their rocks off. So yes, Ice and Fire Kick, I'd say, is a pretty good move of ours. But our real finisher move, I guess, is, how do you call it? The two-night stand. Yeah, the two-night stand's a vicious move where I put them on a flapjack and then I hit them with a flatliner. And honestly, that's the one that really gets the job done. And I guess Inglorious was lucky that we didn't bring that out today. So yeah, they got lucky. Anyway, but Ice and Fire, you can get this print for about $10 here in Singapore. When we come back, I better see y'all get a print.
Yeah, man, gotta make that dough, man. Make that dough. Okay, last thing, where can we find you guys on social media so our listeners can check out you guys and follow y'all?
All right, you can check us out on Instagram _ the Yolo Twins, or is it just _ Yolo Twins? _ the Yolo Twins. _ the Yolo Twins. Facebook, you can search us up, the Yolo Twins, and on Twitter, we have Logan Olores and Johan Olores. Yep, you can just at us at Logan Yolo and at Johan Yolo. And that's how you will find us on the social media. Also follow Filipino Pro Wrestling. We are on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. Just search Filipino Pro Wrestling. FILIPINO, Filipino Pro Wrestling. And of course, follow GrappleMax. They're a great promotion, despite being Singaporean.
I got nothing else left to say. Follow that, man.
Wait, one more thing. We're gonna put you on the spot right here. Sorry, what's your name?
Farhad.
Farhad. We didn't ask even a name, but okay. Farhad, will you buy our merchandise?
I'll get this and I'll put it on my desk for sure.
There it is.
$10. $10. All right, we got one half of a very bitter and personal feud that's been brewing in GrappleMax, right? Larhvin, bro, how are you feeling, man, after your match with Simon?
Man, credit where credit is due, right? Simon is still the master technician when it comes to using the ropes, right? I do not know if you guys remember the first time I came back in my first singles match in the ring, I lost because Sean flew off the top rope, right? Right now, once again, the top ropes are becoming my weakness. I have to figure that shit out.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Okay, very interestingly, I would say in the series is 1:1. Right? You got the victory at Fight Club. You grounded him with no ropes, and now he got the second one.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you guys need like a tiebreaker?
I think definitely, right? He's the best at what he does. He rules the skies, right? I rule the ground, right? And here he proved that he can bring a lot more with more tools given to him, right? But it doesn't take away from me because I don't need all of that to be deadly, right? So right now I know what he can do, and if we ever do this again, I know that I have to work harder, train harder, and be better than what I am now, and be more prepared for whatever stuff that happens with people jumping off the top freaking rope.
It's crazy, man. And I know you guys started off as tag team, and in the spirit of dual destinies, right? There was a tag team tournament. In an alternate universe, you guys would have been in that tournament. You guys would have, try to make impact as a tag team. How do you feel, even after everything said aside? How do you feel about what could have been with your tag team and with Simon?
Oh, that's in an alternate universe, if we were a tag team, let me ask you, how many of them do you think can survive what we do?
Bro, aerial assault, ground assault, man.
Yeah, we will tear you off from wherever you are. We'll kill you, and we would have been champions.
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
But Simon's angry, and we got to figure that out.
Yeah,
and we never know. We might get back together, or we might not. There's always hoping, right? People change, time change, so. We see how it goes.
I mean, we talk about it off camera just now. Like my favorite moment for the match was he was flying off the top rope and you managed to ground him into like a freaking Hell's Gate.
Yeah.
How do you come out with that, man? Was that all instinct?
Well, if you realize the first time he went up there and he hit me with like
that sit down, take down.
Yeah.
And the second time he wanted to go for it, I was like, hold up, wait a minute, I know this shit. And yeah, I was like, you get down here.
Yeah.
Right? A bit of it was instinct, and a bit of it was just my muscle memory kicking in from what I used to do.
I see.
Right? And yeah, once again, I have to figure out how to use the ropes to my advantage. Right? As much as I like to think I know how to use them, I clearly was overshown by Simon on that he is the better guy with the ropes. So now I know that I have an area to improve, an area to learn. So it's for me to become better than what I am right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take too much of your time. This is my last question for you, right? You know, after everything that you've been through, and I know you've more or less like 6 months into your return.
Yeah.
How are you feeling physically, mentally? Like, are you back in the groove as a wrestler right now?
Yeah, man. I think by far, coming back to wrestling, it has been a whole new journey, right? We went to Wrestle Kingdom and all that, and back in the ring, I think my fitness is getting back to where it was. Performance, have been doing a lot of shows, and yeah, just having a lot of fun. And being back in the ring is just a whole different. And now that we have our studio, right, you guys can come here. And we can have all these after parties and stuff with every one of you guys. And we are open to having more people coming in. We have all the facilities, and some people even say that these facilities are better than the ones that they have in their own country, right? So GrappleMax is truly the home of pro wrestling in Asia, right? So if you guys anywhere around the world, drop by for our shows, drop by for our classes, rehearsals, and yeah, join us. We are more than happy to have you.
You heard it here first from Larhvin. Of course, I always appreciate you. You're a long-time supporter of the podcast. OG. So please check out our review of Dual Destinies and check out this guy, man. We want to see the third match, yeah?
Yeah. All right.
Cheers, brother. We are here with one half of Broken Bat, the winners of the main event on night 2 of Dual Destinies. Sachak, how are you feeling?
You know what? It feels great to be winning. This is why I've been joining Big Dave for this past few months. And you can see the results, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be any issues with us winning, following with what Big Dave's been doing. So, yeah, this is why I'm fully on his side.
Awesome. Ever since you turned to the dark side, and I gotta say, man, you have really fully embraced this vicious new side of Sachak, and I feel like, there's a lot of aggression. Where do you attribute that inner fury from? Is it all from Dave's teachings?
I would say Dave really helps, but I feel like this aggression would have came from the inside. I had it all in me all along. So the fact that Dave was my mentor shifted me towards that direction and really pulled it out of me. Because I think I have this pent-up aggression because I really had this frustration of not being able to show myself as the best. Being paired with him, I can see now that we really are the best. And this aggression was all in me the whole time. It just had to be the right person bringing it out of me.
Awesome. I gotta be honest with you. I was kind of rooting for your opponents, Choco Pros, Best Bros, Mei Suruga, Baliyan Akki. But I also realized that you have a bit of like a trophy right here. So tell us about your opponents. How do you feel to be in the ring with them?
I'll say this once. I have to pay my respects for them. I respect them a lot, like what they've been doing. I've watched them growing up. Not say growing up, but like as long as I've known Choco Pro since like 2020. So ever since I've watched since the pandemic and all that, I've seen Baliyan Akki, I've seen Mei Suruga, what they can do on the mat, outside the ring, in the Ishikaya square, in Shinkipa face. They're really great tag team, very inventive. Dolphin press, amazing work of art. But they just couldn't stand the chance to the mixed power of Big Dave and Sachak.
Awesome.
And now that we're in a cohesive unit, it's better than ever that we're like in this like unit to facing them in like the semifinals, because you can really see two cohesive team facing it off 1-on-1. There is no excuses. We beat them fair and square.
Awesome. we actually have the other half of your tag team, Big Dave, who's enjoying his victory right now. Can I get a few quick words with your mentor here, right?
You know, you're very rude. A man's having his dinner. You gotta pick the right time. You can't pick the right time to ask me some questions, huh? You are an interviewer. You have a degree on this. A degree! What's a degree for if you can't do your job right?
I agree.
Ask your question.
I agree.
That's not a question. Ask me a question.
Awesome. I was just saying that your mentorship has guided him into the finals and you guys into the finals of the tag team tournament. How do you feel? Is your strategy justified now?
Justified? Why do you make it sound like it was wrong to begin with? In a social construct, what is right and wrong? You people think that it is wrong. Yeah, but we're just doing whatever it takes to win. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, Baliyan and I, we're going to the finals. And at the end of the day, we are going to become inaugural tag team champions. So, justified, you tell me. At the end of the day, we'll be the winners. Can I have my food now?
Of course you can.
So rude, get lost.
Let me get your prodigy to end up the interview, wrap up the interview. Alright, so Ban, as your victorious mentor have said, it's justified. His methods is justified. How do you guys feel now? Now that you are in the finals, you guys might be the newer team, but you guys are facing against a long-time tag team in Aussie. Despite their so-called conflicts that's brewing right now, do you feel that they will still provide a stiff test?
You know, I'll say this. They would have been the surefire winner at the start of the tournament when they were first announced. Because honestly, Sean and YC, Aussie, they would be known, like, when you think of tag team in GrappleMax, that's what you'll think about. Aussie. They've been in a rough patch lately. You can tell, right? Yeah. And so me and Dave might have had a rough patch at the start of the year. But now we're a cohesive unit. This is, the roles have reversed. And you can see that we are more tight-knit than ever compared to Aussie, which is completely opposite. So I feel that if this is the time for us to be the first ever GrappleMax tag team champion.
Awesome. Thank you for having for the time. And one last thing, I wanted to get your thoughts as well. Now that you guys are in the finals, you guys are gonna gun for the tag team championship. When you guys win, hopefully, how are you planning to celebrate?
Planning to celebrate. Have a lot of things I want to do. I mean, I don't know when this is gonna happen, but I really need a vacation. I honestly feel like I need a vacation. Like stepping out of this wrestling thing or whatnot, I have a lot of stuff outside as well. Like, this is not a full-time job, right? I feel like I'm going to take a rest, go somewhere, rest, maybe go back to my country, Cambodia.
Awesome. Well deserved, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the finals. Once again, Ban Sachak, one half of Broken Bat, and there you have it. Night 2, Dual Destinies, an epic night of GrappleMAXPro wrestling, support local wrestling, and once again, it's foreign in the building.
Hi guys, I'm Saleh. I'm right now with Best Bros, with Baliyan Akki and May Suruga. So, how's GrappleMax?
グラップルマックス、私が想像していたよりもすごくファミリーな団体で、ものすごく自分のプロレスにすごい大切なインプレッションを受けました。
From what she had imagined and what she had thought of, it's more the team of GrappleMax as a company, as a promotion, which is a very different thing. A company is a corporation. It's about money. A promotion is about the love and the sports and the competition of it. And she says it feels more like a family. And the heart of GrappleMax matches what she herself treasures most about professional wrestling. In that sense, it really is close to her heart in what GrappleMax represent. And she was very surprised to see that and very happy to see that.
I say, Zahra, how about yourself?
I was actually I was surprised in a very different way because I come from Asia. I come from India. I come from a place where people are trying to do what GrappleMax is trying to do. I have tried to do what GrappleMax is doing. I have tried. My career started at 19 as a promoter. So I know what they're trying to do. And for them to be able to do that at this level, in this community, in this much positivity, in this much heart, in doing whatever you can, at whatever level you can, but to be 100% at it, it is, if I'm really being honest, envious to see. I hoped I had that.
Cool. Because like from day one and day two, I attended both days. It was really cool because I personally became a fan, and especially because it was my first time seeing Best Bros, and I instantly became a fan. Especially I love the Dolphin press, and what was your reaction when you saw the audience reacting to your Dolphin press?
Yeah, there was one reaction in particular. He was saying about there was a fan video uploaded about Dolphin press, and there was a particular person who was like on his phone because the match is going on, and fans sometimes use their phone, and he's going through his phone like this, and then he sees the Dolphin press through the corner of his eyes. He puts his phone down and he goes to the side, like, did she just like, she's doing this with his fingers, like literally this. I'm basically turning my hand around with my fingers, which basically look like a twist. He was like, did she just like turn? Like what? Hey. And it is so, we have never had a better reaction because people might have had that reaction before, but we haven't seen this. Yeah. So to see that in such rawness of what it feels like to see the Dolphin press for the first time, unexpected. When you have no idea what this is or what is coming. It was a genuine pleasure. It was too nice almost.
I see.
It was too nice.
Now speaking about the Dolphin press, right? From day one and day two, you especially having the match, what do you think of the tag tournament as a whole for Dual Destinies and GrappleMax? Even as participating in the tournament, what do you feel about the tournament?
トーナメントどう思ったって自分が出たりとかやっぱ2日出たりもう結果も含めてトーナメントのことどう思ったんですかって、
アジアでまずこんなにたくさんのタッグチームがいるってことを知らなかった。
これ意外だったねやっぱ、
そこに驚いたね。
So like the first thing we like both of us are genuinely surprised is that there's so many tag teams in Asia. That's like the first thing. We didn't know there were so many tag teams in Asia. That the fact that they can have a tournament about it, and there were teams in here who were not in the tournament. So like that in itself is quite a big surprise. Yeah, like that's the first impression we can come up with.
だからそのチームと当たれることがものすごく楽しかった。1回戦目はシップサーフェで
あれは
ミックスのチームだったじゃない。
あれは最高だったな。
なんかその2人にまず会えたことがすごく嬉しかったし、なんだろう、そのシップサーフェのフレンドシップもそうだし、他のチームものすごくキャラクターが面白かった。そうだからすごくトーナメントは楽しみにしてました。
Yeah, we were like very excited. She said she ended up being very excited about the tournament because the first thing that surprised is before we even showed up is that there's so many teams in Asia, and then our first match was with Ship Sahoy, which is a mixed team. Believe me, people, it's still rare for a team to be a regular mixed team. We go through that every day. Like you saw us for the first time. You're wearing a Bass Bros t-shirt right now, which to us is we are very happy. You have no idea, but you saw us for the first time. You didn't know we were there, but to you, and I hope you feel that way. That to us, we feel like we are in contendership. We want to be not the best mixed tag team in the world. We just want to be the best tag team in the world. That's how much we strive for it. But it's still rare to have a mixed team. And the fact that there's a mixed team in Asia and we get to wrestle them, just meeting them, we were happy. The very fact of them being is extraordinary to me. Oh, we are getting to that level. We are getting to that much open expression of who you are and what you can be. And there were so many different teams that has characters. By the way, this is all May saying. I'm just translating. I'm just adding extra things so like it's easier to understand. Okay. So she's saying also that there were other teams who had such personality in them, so much character in them, so much individuality in them, that it was really, really fun to see. In the beginning, it was just about excitement. Oh, there's so many teams. And now we get to see all those teams. It was very, very, it was hopeful to see, oh, maybe someday we will get to interact with these teams, have matches with these teams as well. It was very, very, something that makes us look forward to doing something in Asia.
Cool. You know, like, I love seeing your admiration for, you know, for the tag teams, especially you're talking about like local Singapore, right?
Yes.
And like, what are there any words for like, for the Singaporean fans, or maybe like any aspiring wrestlers in the Singapore scene that you might want to give out, any advices or any kind words that you want to give out?
あ、これは面白いね。なんかこのやっぱ私たちは結構ローカルのことを気にかけてるじゃん今。ローカルのチームとか、まあそんなチームがあるんだとか、やっぱグラップルマックスはこういうことあるんだとか、だったらまあ結局じゃあ言っちゃえば、まあローカルに興味があるってことじゃん。シンガポールの選手たちに、シンガポールの頑張ってる子たちに。でそれに対してファンも含めて、ファンにもまあレスラーになりたい希望があるかもしれない子たちとか、今頑張ってる子たちとか、なんかアドバイスとか言いたいこととかありますかって。
あ、なるほど。
なんか面白いじゃん。
そうだね。やっぱりなんだろう、これはその日本でもそうだけど日本以外のアジアで多いのは何か仕事がありつつプロレスをする人が多い。プロレスがなんかプロレスだけの仕事じゃない人が多い。
So like I'm going to translate word by word because I think she really has something to say. She says it's very common in Asia, which is the dominant part, but even in Japan it's actually people might not realize this, but it actually is quite common in Japan as well, that people have work, their actual work, and then on top of that they're trying to be wrestlers. On top of that they're doing their best to be wrestlers. That is, people don't realize this, but that's actually a norm in Japan as well. And in Asia it's dominantly the norm. It's actually the most common way that people do wrestling.
そうだからなんだっけ
頑張れ。
そう続けてる人が多い。だからなんかこうなんかこれはグラップルマックスのまずメンバーに言いたいこと。
First thing she wants to say that in particular is about to the GrappleMax members.
だけどそれでやっぱこう練習量が少なかったり自分の仕事とレスラーを両立するのはものすごく難しい。仕事も大変だしプロレスで上に行くのはものすごくやっぱ大変なことだけどその仕事を辞める必要があるわけでもなくてその2つを両立していることがその人の個性にもなるしなんていうのかな個性にもなるし
頑張れ
個性にもなるし上に行くためのステップにもつながると思う。それはすごく重要なことだからなんだろうどっちもやめずに自分のペースで続けてその先には絶対楽しいことがあるからどうかそれを信じて続けてほしいなって思う。
だから目が言いたいのは多分これを仕事しながらプロレスやってることは大変だは大変ですけど自分の弱さって思ってほしくないって。
そう
これ強みだよってことでしょ。
そういいこと言うね。
なんでいいこと言うね。もう説明しただろうが。So like I'm gonna translate what she said and also what she wanted to say. Don't think I'm patronizing, by the way, people. We actually did talk. We were like, oh, do you mean that? And she said yes. As in, she says it's people who have work and try to do wrestling on the top of that. Work is hard. We all know that. We all work. It's no matter what you do. If you like your work, it might be. If you might feel it's easy, but feeling something is easy and something being easy is a different thing. Work is never easy. You get paid a little less than what you can do. That's how the world works. It works that way in no place. All the places that would exist in the world, no matter which country you are from. It's hard. But then on top of that, trying to do practice and making sure you are in the time and you physically maintaining yourself, all those things are extra hard. On top of it, it's already hard to do work. And then on top of that, you're trying to be a wrestler. And trying to get at the top of being a wrestler. Trying to get better at it. Trying to get to the hierarchy of wrestling. Trying to climb that ladder is actually extra hard. But what she's really trying to say is, don't feel like because it's hard that you should give up. It will become a trait for you. It will become your personality, your character. It will give you the uniqueness that other people don't have. Don't think of it as a weakness. It's your strength that you can do this. Make it your strength that you can do this. And as long as you can continue on that hard path, believe her, good things will come. So hang on, cling on. No matter how tough it feels right now, the very fact of surviving is in itself a winning. And good things will come. Hang in there.
Wow, that feels very, that's honestly inspiring to me. That feels very inspiring to me personally. And I love the interview so much. We have come to the end of the interview.
Yes.
Probably last question. Last question. What's your favorite food in Singapore?
Bakute.
I mean, if I say on top of it, it will just be overkill at this point. All I have eaten here is bakte, because Mel loves bakte so much. She's been chewing my ears. Let me just complain right now, because we said some good things. Let me show you who real best pros are right now. Let's forget about all the good things we said. This is reality right now. Best bros have been going through a hard time. Why? Because the day we decided we were going to Singapore and we took a promo, she's been chewing my ears saying bakte is the best thing she ate in Singapore and I should eat bakte. I said, well, we will eat bakte. Of course we will. But there's other foods might be there. I might like something. But who cares what I would like? So the first day we came here, the first thing we ate, guess it. Of course we ate bakte.
Of course.
Then at night, we just had some rice. Then we had time to eat next day. Guess what we ate the next day?
Bakute.
Of course we did. God damn it, of course we did. No, the whole day. Let me speak now. You've spoken all the time. Second day.
I waited 1 year.
I waited 7. I was here last time on 2017. You hold now. You talked enough. Then, third day. We had chances. Guess it. Guess it right now. Guess it.
3 words. Bakute.
Yes, you guessed it. So you ask me, do I like bakte? Of course I goddamn like bakte. All I've eaten in Singapore is bakte. Well, people, now that you know all about Best Bros, I hope that we came next time. And if possible, I hope I came to Singapore and eat bakte all the time one more time. I'll see you next time. Thank you very, very much.
See you guys next time. So that is Best Bros, aka Bakute Lovers. See you guys. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very, very much.
Alright. Thank you so much. Arigato. Alright. See you guys again.